Hello, we're back again with
Hi,
another
everybody.
discussion. This is just me and Rob this time, but we're talking about the latest Nintendo Direct that just happened today at around 6 p.m. Eastern. I was at work, but I had to like catch the news kind of, secondhand a little bit. But yeah, there's quite a few announcements compared to E3, it seemed. They kind of held quite a bit back for this Direct. Would you
It was
agree?
long too. It was like 40 minutes long almost.
Yeah, I didn't actually even get to watch the whole thing because I just got home from work and had to, take the garbage out before I recorded this. So I only got to get a few trailers in, but I got the gist of it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I saw what Nintendo has kind of edited out from the direct and uploaded to their site so far. So we had more Wii U ports, e-
Yeah, yeah.
even more than I think I was expecting. Like I didn't see. Oh, this is a Wii port actually. I didn't expect Kirby's Epic Yarn to show up again.
For 3DS,
Uh,
yeah.
I also didn't really expect them to resurrect, the 5-year-old new Super Mario Brothers on the Switch. I really thought they'd go with Mario Maker if they were going to go with a 2D Mario game.
I personally feel like Mario Maker's coming. It'll probably be like, I imagine they have like another round of ports that's coming out next year, and I would imagine Mario Maker will be the big one, you know?
Yeah, I honestly thought that the Wii U ports were just going to kind of pad out the first year, but it seems like they're pretty much determined to port everything to the Switch.
A lot of people have been speculating that they were gonna release Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which is such a silly name, by the way, because it's not
It
like it's a
is.
Wii U, you know.
It's like
But a
new
lot of
Super
people
Mario
were
Brothers.
speculating it, and it's kind of like to me, I don't. From what I played of it, it wasn't. I didn't play a ton, but it wasn't the most mind blowing Mario platformer in the world.
Nah.
I can see why they ported it because they'll probably make money on it. But the release date's weird. It's like January 11th, which is
Well,
like
I
kind
mean,
of weird.
it's not a terrible time frame because people are buying stuff right after
Yeah.
Christmas during Boxing Week, and like it kind of pads out the winter when they don't have anything else to release. So that kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Um, there's just there's so many to think that like Super Mario Brothers would get to this point where it's got three different like it's got one prefix and two different suffixes on it. Now you got new Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe.
Yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, it's very silly. And I don't know if you saw the trailer, but it comes with basically all the content that was in Super Luigi U as well.
I did see that,
So,
yeah. Plus, it has Peachette, which is an interesting
yeah.
choice for a character. Uh,
Oh
it's nice
man.
to see Toadette come back, and it's nice to see Peach be playable in a 2D Mario game again.
Well, I don't think it's a weird. It's like Peach, but not Peach. It's very strange. And Nabbit's
Yeah,
in it too, which is pretty cool, I guess.
yeah, he was in Super Luigi U as well.
Yep.
It's funny though, just to like compare this to like when I bought my Wii U. It was only a year after the Wii U had come out, and I got these games for free
Mhm.
with it. Like I didn't. Now they're selling it for $60. So it's just such a funny like supply and demand situation where like Nintendo's in such a different position than they were 5 years ago.
Oh yeah, I hope they're not going to sell it for $60. I don't know if it said
I
that in the direct. I hope it's like 40, but you're probably right that it'll be 60.
I mean Donkey Kong was 60, so I could see it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, anyway, they had that. They had other remakes like or ports, I guess. Well, no, Bowser's Inside Story is a remake.
Yeah.
And then they've got Luigi's Mansion, which is pretty much a port, I guess.
Oh, for the 3DS. Yeah, they only had four 3DS games, which goes to show you that it's still kicking, but it's obviously on life support right now, 3DS. But
My opinion is that the popularity of Pokemon Go kind of revitalizing the 3DS and getting all these people to like be
Mhm.
reinterested in Pokemon again and going out and get a 3DS kind of caught Nintendo off guard, and they were like, "Oh shit! Like we need to like remake a bunch of games and port a bunch of games to this
Yeah.
because like we got to put something on here. Like we still need to sell games on this for a couple more years."
Yeah, it makes sense, and the 3DS actually continues to sell really well. Like just hardware, it's still selling a lot. So there's no reason
Yeah.
for them to stop. I would think,
No.
at least releasing. I mean, they're not releasing anything all that unique. It's mostly like a bunch of ports of stuff, but
But it's
You
got
know,
such a good back catalog, and the 2DS
yeah,
XL is pretty good value as a system. So like it makes sense that it's still selling to me.
yeah, it makes perfect sense. Yeah, and as portable as the Switch is, 3DS, the 3DS is like still, it's still more portable if that makes sense. You know.
Yeah, sorry, I was just laughing because Skype just like froze at like a really funny time. Like our faces looked really funny.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's like,
Um, but yeah, I liked the Luigi's Mansion 3 trailer a lot. Um, I liked that it seems to me to a hint that it's going to be one big mansion again and not a bunch of like smaller ones, which I was happy about.
Yeah, did you see that? Did you actually see like when they were showed the date and everything and they had the title screen? It looks like one really tall mansion.
Yeah, I was a fan of that. That looks cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Yeah, they really kicked off the direct strong right out of the gate with that. It's just like boom,
Yeah,
Luigi's Mansion 3.
nice.
And a lot of people have pointed out that during the Smash Direct for Simon Belmont's trailer when Luigi was in it, a lot of people were pointing out that the Poltergust looked weird. They're like, "Oh, we
Oh,
haven't really seen the Poltergust look like that before." So and if you look at the Poltergust in the trailer of Luigi's Mansion 3 and in the Simon Belmont trailer, they're exactly the same. So clearly they
uh,
were hinting at this game.
that makes sense.
So,
It
but it's
kind of
funny that it caught everybody off guard. Still, everybody was pretty surprised.
I mean, I honestly heard a leak about this game before the Switch even came out from,
Oh, really?
yeah, Emily Rogers predicted this game. She
Oh,
used to
wow.
post Nintendo leaks on Twitter a lot.
Hmm.
But then I think after the Switch came out, she kind of went dark. But yeah, I heard about that game like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. If you heard about it 2 years ago, and rumors are rumors, so it's easy to fall out of everybody's,
Yeah, it
something
makes
that easily
sense.
slips from your mind.
It makes sense though that like next level games would be moving on to another Luigi's Mansion game.
Oh
To
yeah,
because I think Dark Moon was quite a success for them.
yeah, and I think another team is developing the Luigi's Mansion,
The remake,
like
yeah.
the remake for 3DS. So it makes sense that they'd be
Hmm.
focusing more of their time on Luigi's Mansion 3. So, and it looks great, by the way. Like
It
graphically,
does.
it looks really good, and
Yes, I was a big fan of the art style.
yeah, it looks like it's going to be a really great game. 2019, I feel like Nintendo is going to be shaping up to have a really really good 2019 based on
Yeah,
this
me too.
direct and based on what's already been announced.
Yeah, I hope Metroid Prime 4 comes out in that year too. Hopefully.
So I don't know if you want to at some point get into like I was thinking maybe we could talk about like for each of us like what our biggest um what this to us were like the best moments of the direct and what were the worst moments of the direct because
Okay.
um I don't know what your overall impression of it was. I was a little mixed. Like I think upon like kind of I was just rewatching it a little bit and like looking at it. I feel like um I definitely am like uh happier with it than I was initially. But I definitely there's definitely a few things that I wasn't too happy about. So.
I would say yeah, like after I first read all the news, I was like, well, that was disappointing.
That's kind of
uh,
my initial reaction, yeah.
but
Because I
then
watched it in real time, by the way. So
yeah, I didn't at all. But then when I went back and actually went through everything like line by line, I was like, well, they actually did announce like quite a few things. Like
it's hard to
um,
complain.
it is
Yeah.
hard to, yeah. Like there's a lot of good stuff coming to 3DS still, and like there's SquareSoft is obviously supporting the Switch a lot, which is
Oh
really great
yeah,
to see.
yeah.
And as you were saying to me earlier, like that kind of bodes well for Gino.
Oh yeah, yeah. Absolutely. That's one thing that made me happy. I was like, well, there was no Geno trailer, but there's a lot of SquareSoft activity, so it makes me happy.
I mean, it's. Oh, I think I lost you there. That's not good.
Okay,
Oh, there
well,
you are. Um,
sorry. Yeah, I'm here.
yeah, you're
I
here.
wanted to mention real quick, if you don't mind. I was going to say this is a pretty unique direct,
Hmm.
because it was originally supposed to be a week ago, and obviously they had to push it back because of that hurricane, or
Sure.
not hurricane, the earthquake. I'm thinking of the hurricane and hurricane that's happening in the south right now. But anyway, after the earthquake, they pushed it back, and this was kind of unique because obviously there was a bunch of stuff that got announced before the direct even happened, and it doesn't look like, from what I've seen, they even really changed the direct since. You know what I'm saying? like they delayed it, but I don't think they changed anything in the direct itself. They just aired it the way they recorded it, you know. So that was it's kind of a
Mm.
unique situation. I don't think there's been any past directs that have been moved like this, unless there's something you could think of. But
I don't
there
think
was a lot
so.
of this that got announced like before. Like we got like a trailer for Starlink, and you know, Crystal Chronicles got announced because it's on the
Right.
PS4 as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I was gonna say though about that SquareSoft stuff. Like, Crystal Chronicles was like the one piecemeal, thing we got as GameCube owners back in the day. Like, to see this now, all these Final Fantasy games coming to a Nintendo console, like, to honestly just think about that. Just like Final Fantasy VII
oh
is
yeah,
on a Nintendo console. Like, finally, it's happening after all these years. Like,
oh it's crazy.
like high school me would have been like my jaw would have just hit the floor if I told me that. Like, it's
Yeah, it's on
crazy.
a, and not just that, it's on a portable. It's on a portable Nintendo console, which is even weirder if you think about it. You know. Um,
It's kind of a dream come true. Like, as not that excited as I still am about the Switch, like, if I actually just think about it, not just in the moment, but as like more like in a more grand sense, in a more broad sense, like in gaming
mhm.
history, like, it's crazy to see all this stuff come to this system that is entirely portable
Yeah.
and
When Square
has.
Enix said they were going to support Nintendo, I didn't realize how much. Like, you know, who could have
Yeah.
imagined? You know.
Well, I mean, when you have that kind of success, when you have that kind of commercial success, people are gonna make stuff on your system. Like, it's just gonna happen, right?
So I've got to I got to tell you this really quick because I'm sure there's a lot of people who have seen or have at least seen some videos from the channel Game Explain. You probably know them.
Yeah, I used to watch them a lot.
Yeah, well, I was watching them do like a direct predictions video. I was listening to it at work last night, and one
Mm,
of the guys, the British guy, I think his name's John, and
yeah.
he's like I predict that there's gonna be Kirby's Epic Yarn on the 3DS, which he got right, but he also predicted the all of the Final Fantasy ports.
Did he say 8 though, or
No,
did he
he didn't
skip?
say it. He said
So,
I think it's gonna be 7, 9, 10, and 12. That's what he said.
wow,
And those guys are like, whoa. The other guys are like laughing. They're like, oh, that's crazy. That's not gonna. You
that's hilarious. I love
know?
that he even knew that they were gonna skip 8.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know why they skipped 8. That's so strange. You know.
It is
Uh,
because, as far as I know, it's on Steam, it's on PS4. I'm pretty sure it's on iOS and Android. I might be wrong.
yeah. It might be. I'm not
So,
sure.
I mean, it's not like it's gonna be hard to port it. It's already been ported, as far as I know, to several systems. So, I don't know. I guess it was just always the least popular of all of those games.
I'm sure eventually it will get ported, but
Probably, yeah.
for whatever reason they didn't want to announce. They didn't announce that one. It is kind of odd. You know. It's weird that I mean I get that they're probably just gonna port 10 and 10.2 remaster that was released on what PS4,
Yeah,
probably on the
and Vita.
Xbox and everything like that. So, um,
Yeah,
yeah, like, I mean, as far as like bringing the original 7 and 9, why not 8? I don't get that.
I don't know. Maybe they're gonna remake 8. No, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't know. And yeah, you've also got The World Ends With You coming back, which is great.
Yeah.
That new RPG by Game Freak looks cool.
Yeah. Also, don't forget Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon.
That that's coming to the Switch too.
Yeah.
Is it like a remake or a new one?
I don't know if it's a remake or the port. I'm not sure. I don't remember. So,
Hmm.
like, this is literally the list of Final Fantasy. They started with Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles
Mm.
remastered, Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, which should already be out, World of Final Fantasy Maxima, Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon, Final Fantasy 12 The Zodiac Age, Final Fantasy 7, 9, 10, and 10.2 remaster. That is a lot of Final Fantasy.
It's a ton. It's
It's an insane amount.
I mean, Square has been showing a lot of commitment to the PC platform by like releasing pretty much all of those on Steam as well. Um, it'd be cool to see Chrono Trigger, the Steam version of that, maybe come to the Switch too, or like some sort of DS Steam hybrid. I don't know. I'd love to see Chrono Trigger on the Switch though.
I'm gonna keep my hopes up for a remake, but I doubt it'll happen. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. And then, I mean, there's other games that have made it to Steam that I could see going to the Switch too. Like, I'd love to see Final Fantasy Tactics make it to both of those platforms. Actually,
Mhm.
that's a great
Yeah,
game.
yeah, that would be cool. I haven't played much of Tactics, but I recall liking what I played of it. It's been many years.
Yeah,
Um, I you were about to talk about that um,
the
new
towns
Game Freak title, Town. It's called.
or
That
town.
one took me by surprise, and I was very delighted. I'm very excited for that. Actually,
Yeah, it
it's
kind of reminds me of a GameCube game that I've seen footage of but never played. It was called Gift Pia. It's just a weird title, but it reminds me, like the style of it reminds me a bit of that. I'm hoping it has like a Animal Crossing Harvest Moon kind of vibe to it.
yeah,
But
yeah. It's sort of it's weird. I don't know. Like you could definitely tell it's made by Game Freak. It's kind of got a little bit of that Pokemon um, thing going a little bit, but
yeah,
just aesthetically. I mean, beyond that, the battle system. I was just rewatching the trailer. It
hmm
looks different. And then, did you see the trailer for it or no?
I actually only saw pictures of it.
You only saw pictures of it. Well, apparently, first of all, the working title is Town, but the entire game takes place in one town. I don't know if
Okay.
you knew that, which is weird and yeah, but it looks interesting. Has Game Freak done any other RPGs aside from Pokemon? Is this their
I,
first?
I don't think they've ever done RPGs specifically. No, they did like action games. Like they did Drill Dozer
Yeah.
and they did a game on the Genesis, which the name is escaping me, but they've pretty much mostly done Pokemon since like the mid 90s.
Mhm. It's awesome to see him branch out. I'm really excited for that
I'm
game. I think that's going to be a great game.
Yeah, I personally loved Drill Dozer, so like I'd love to see Game Freak branch out and try new things because like I've been bored of Pokemon for a while, so I
Hmm.
kind of love to see them trying other stuff because
Yeah.
they're a great developer.
Yeah, they really are. I still love all the Pokemon games. I wasn't playing the last gen, but I definitely plan to play Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and I think actually pretty soon I'm gonna get the this is on a side note anyway, maybe Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and finally play that gen because
Yeah,
I missed it.
I'm probably gonna check out Omega Ruby at some point
Hmm.
myself because I was really into Ruby when I was a kid. Like I played a lot of that game.
Yeah, I have Alpha Sapphire, and they're very good. It uses the same engine basically as Pokemon X and Y.
hmm
I mean, it's got the super training, Pokemon and Me, everything that X and Y introduced. It's just in Hoenn, so
Yeah.
it's pretty good. On the subject of Pokemon, they talked about it a little bit. Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, but they
hmm
also and I don't know if you saw this, but they also announced the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Well, they had
The
actually. This is
Switch.
one of those. Yeah, the Switch, the special edition Switch. This they actually like announced that a few days ago.
hmm
But you actually got to see it. It looks cool.
It
I,
does, yeah. I have heard some people complain about the controller color choice, but
yeah, yeah.
I haven't actually gotten a good look at it myself, though.
I think it looks good. It actually looks better than the other thing that they announced, which was the Smash Brothers uh, Switch bundle, which
Yeah.
um, I love the idea of it, and it does look pretty cool. But I actually think the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu one looks cooler.
Does it just have a custom controller, or like does the Switch look different?
The Switch looks different.
Oh
It's
yeah.
got the original 8 characters like along the side of the dock, and
Ooh.
then the controller has like the Smash, whatever that is,
Yeah.
that
The
symbol.
cross. I don't know what
Yeah,
you'd call
whatever
it.
that weird cross. Yeah, you have to look up a picture of it.
I should.
It looks pretty good, but the Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee one looks cooler because it's got pictures of Eevee and Pikachu on it, and then the different colored Joy Cons that everybody says looks like poop and pee. But I think they look good. So I like brown and yellow anyway. So
Yeah. I like yellow. It's a good color. Not used in enough stuff.
those are both great incentives for people to buy a Switch though. Like you get
Both of
you
those
know
systems, yeah. As if
yeah
they aren't selling enough of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, they're not going to be $300. They're going to be probably like 360 or whatever. But it's cool that you at least get a unique design. You know?
I honestly feel like with a Pokemon and a Smash Brothers coming out, like there's gonna be people scalping Switches on
Oh
eBay
yeah,
this Black
yeah.
Friday. Like it's gonna be crazy. probably going to be like the number one item again.
Oh, I'm sure. It makes me happy I already have one because I don't have to go through that.
Yeah.
um,
I'm not even going to bother. There's now rumors that there's going to be, new Switch or Switch Pro or whatever. So
mhm.
I'm kind of waiting to see if that materializes.
Waiting to see if there's another model of it. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to look at the list here. Look what else they uh, they announced.
I mean, there was a bunch of third-party stuff. I think we covered. Oh,
Diablo
except for.
3.
Oh yeah, Diablo 3. I forgot to mention that.
There was also, let's see, Cities.
City Skylines, yeah, which is cool. It's like a SimCity type of game, which, my first SimCity game was on the Super NES, and it's still my favorite. So Nintendo and SimCity definitely have a bit of a, you know, relationship in my heart.
Oh
And
yeah.
they had Warframe. They had the Katamari Damacy remake, which is great. I love that game. They had Civilization 6, which is crazy to see. I mean, I think
That was
Civilization.
announced a couple. That was also one of those things
Yeah, that
that
got
was announced before the
leaked
direct. Yeah.
because of the landslide. I was going to say earlier, actually, I think during Fukushima, they may have delayed something back then, but I don't really remember. It was a while ago. But, yeah, I think Civilization Revolution may have made it onto the Wii, but it's still cool to say, like, a mainline Civ game make it onto the
Hmm.
Switch. That's pretty cool. I wonder if it'll use the touchscreen.
Yeah, it might.
And then, was there
There was
anything
a
else that you can think of?
there was
other
a
than...
board. There was like a tabletop game.
Mhm.
As Modi Digital it said, I guess. And there you can play like Carcassonne, and they're gonna have Catan and stuff, and Pandemic,
Is it
and Lord of
Tabletop
the Rings.
Simulator, or is it
It's a
something else?
tabletop simulator. Yeah.
Is it that actual? Is it actually called that though? Is it the same as the computer game?
I forget exactly what it's called, but
That's
I
cool
have to
though.
look here.
I'm
Um,
a fan of that.
Hold on. I'm just gonna
Can you play
turn on.
Catan?
They're not immediately, but they announced Catan, yeah.
That's cool.
But Carcassonne you can play in the beginning. So I thought that was kind of cool, being me, kind of being into board games now. I thought that was
Yeah,
a
I'm getting
little,
into board games myself.
yeah,
I wish I played them more.
yeah. And then what else did it? I'm trying to think. Third party. Mega Man 11, which
Right.
I think the demo already launched. So
I think
it
it
was,
launched, yeah, a few days ago when the direct was supposed to originally happen.
yeah. So that one was kind of Mega Man 11 looks good though. I will say.
I love
Um,
the art style of that. It's so cool how it's like faithful to the originals, but it looks just like the concept art from the manuals. Like it's great.
yeah, yeah. It looks fantastic. It even looks like basically a rendered version of the Mega Man sprite. You
Yeah,
know, it's awesome. Yeah,
it's really great. Yeah, I'm a big
it's
fan.
cool that they're making a that style of a Mega Man game for the next gen consoles. It's neat.
Yeah, it's where Mega Man belongs. Like they've tried 3D Mega Man, it didn't work. I don't think it did.
Yeah, and I'd also argue it's where Metroid belongs. It's where Castlevania belongs, in a way. But Metroid Prime was good, so I guess I can't say that. But
True
anyway,
that.
as far as other third-party games, the one that I'm looking the most forward to, and I am impressed the most with, the Starlink Battle for Atlas. They showed a little more of that.
Hmm.
I actually watched quite a bit of footage. That was another game that a bunch of footage came out on what was supposed to be the original date of the direct, and I watched a bunch of that, and it actually looks like a really cool game. Um,
Is it just like a shoot 'em up basically,
it's
or is it more of a space
Star
sim?
Fox-esque,
Oh,
which
okay.
is why Star Fox and like
Isn't
the
it?
Star Fox crew fits in it. Yeah, the whole crew, like on that video, it showed like the whole Star Fox team is on there. You know, Peppy, Slippy.
Oh, so you can
Um,
play as all of them.
yeah, and they're integrated in the story too. There was like cutscenes with.
Really?
Yeah, and they actually just showed for the first time on the direct that Wolf is in it as well. So
Oh yeah, I saw screen caps of that, but I wasn't sure if it was a Smash Brothers trailer or what. But that makes
no,
sense.
if you get a chance, just look up the cutscenes with the Star Fox characters. They'll make you want to play that game. Actually, I know it's a
Yeah.
Toys to Life game, but I'm actually seriously considering picking that one up because I even just like the regular story I was watching with the characters in the game, and it looks like it's really good. So that's one that's actually kind of on my radar that I might actually get, and
Cool.
I think they're going to end up selling a lot more on the Switch because there's no unique content for the other platforms, but you get Star Fox for the Switch. So why would you not get that version if you got a Switch? You know.
Yeah, they actually had. I was at DreamHack in Montreal, and they had Starlink there. I should have checked it
Cool.
out, but I only played Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy that I got to do that. Though. I got to play Ridley, which was cool.
Oh, you got hands on with Smash Bros. Huh? How did you like it?
I liked it a lot. It looked really sweet. It
Cool.
like it just the look of it was so like crisp. Like the way it like kind of like introduces all the characters and battles now. It like just like stacks the portraits up next to each other, and like the menus are all super slick and there's cool sound effects and stuff.
Cool.
I
It
was,
it, uh, it looked just from video. It looks great. So I can't imagine what it's like to play. I'm
it
so
was
excited
cool.
for that game.
It was cool, and that Pro controller feels nice too.
I suppose we could talk about Smash Bros. The only thing, like I said, they announced the Smash Ultimate Bundle, and then they introduced one character. This was one of the things, I'm gonna just preface it with this that, especially on my channel and stuff, I've been really entrenched in the Smash Ultimate
You
like
have.
speculation, all that stuff. So, I like at the time I found this kind of disappointing,
Uh huh.
but in retrospect, I'm kind of like, why? How can I complain? The Smash Direct, like we got Simon, we got King K. Rool, and 3 Echo Fighters. Like,
Yeah.
you know, we
Like,
have Ridley. Like, I have no reason to complain. You know.
I feel like they're hopefully at least gonna just like dole out like maybe one new character every couple of weeks leading up to
Yeah.
December. I hope that's how it happens. Like,
I have a theory which I'm going to do a video about soon, but I personally think that there's going to be a Smash Direct in October and a Smash Direct in November, and I
right.
think both directs are going to reveal at least 2 or 3 characters, like unique characters, and then a bunch of Echo Fighters. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's some.
That's
Excuse me. That sounds about right.
that's my opinion. And but they did introduce one character in this direct, which everybody kind of thought was going to be there's going to be maybe a little more or whatever. But they introduced Isabelle from Animal Crossing, and oddly enough, everybody thought she was going to be an Echo Fighter. She is not an Echo Fighter.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
honestly didn't watch the video yet.
but
Uh,
I will say this: she is not an Echo Fighter like Dr. Mario or Toon Link are not Echo Fighters. She's very similar. Like you could tell that like most of her moves are all villagers moves but retooled sort of.
really?
So she's like unique enough not to be, I guess, considered an Echo Fighter, but uh,
Oh,
yeah, she's very similar to Villager.
I guess it kind of makes sense that she would have more unique moves because she kind of represents New Leaf, whereas
Yeah,
I believe Villager. Did Smash 4 come out before New Leaf or after? I can't remember.
I think it. Good question.
It might have been
I think
directly
I
after or
think
something.
no, I think it was around that time. No, I think it was probably around that time, or if even after. I think maybe even
Yeah,
after.
but I feel like it was at least in development at the same time as New Leaf, so like it
Sure.
probably didn't reference it as much as this one is going to.
hmm
Maybe I don't know. That's my reasoning.
This one may reference the new Animal Crossing, which also was announced at the end of the direct. By the
It,
way.
I'm super happy about that because like Animal
hmm
Crossing is a great game. It'll be great to see an HD portable Animal Crossing for sure. But
hmm
that was the most underwhelming trailer I think I've ever seen in my life. Like it's literally just Tom Nook being like, "Oh, hello. There's another Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Goodbye." Like,
It seems like it's definitely in the style of Animal Crossing though, so
oh
it,
man. But
it's
like
interesting.
it's true. It did feel like a cutscene in an Animal Crossing game, but I don't know. That was whatever. I guess it gets the
I
point
I
across.
I think the reason I found it a little disappointing
Was oh no.
was I'm not also I've never really played like I haven't really played a Crossing game, so
Uh-huh.
um, to me it was just kind of like it's like the direct did this to me.
Oh,
And
yeah, yeah.
I was also expecting maybe like because once I saw the Isabelle trailer, I was like, okay, cool, she's an Echo Fighter because her moves look similar to Villagers, right? I was like, all right, let's see what the trailer is for the unique character, and it happened.
It just cut off. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was slightly disappointing. But now in retrospect, I was like, no, it makes sense. It is a Nintendo Direct. It's not a Smash Direct. We're probably gonna get a Smash Direct. I would say no longer than a month away about that probably, and it's like Isabelle's cool. I'm sure a lot of people were really happy that she got in. You know.
Yeah, it's I mean it's cool to see another Animal Crossing character. I mean
Yeah.
that's a big series for them, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and
And
it's also really exciting for everybody. I think Animal Crossing for Switch will probably be my first step into Animal Crossing because I've never
oh,
really played it. So I'm thinking about I might actually finally try the series out with this one.
I was so into New Leaf, like
Hmm.
that I'm certainly excited for this, and I'm excited that other people will get to play it. I'm not personally until they actually show that it's going to be different. I'm not really that excited about it myself because like they
Yeah,
haven't really shown. New Leaf was the first time that they actually made a real sequel and actually like improved significantly on the
yeah.
formula. So I hope they do that again. But I could see them just doing like a City Folk style, almost port of New Leaf. Really, like I could definitely see that happening.
Uh, this will be a good way to transition into probably the other big thing that they talked about that was probably the biggest disappointment. But again, those guys on Game Explain, all credit to them for this. We're talking about how maybe a good way to sell the online service for the Switch would be to have something like support for Animal Crossing, where you could like they were saying about how like you could build little towns with your friends and stuff, and have like a sort of some kind of like
Yeah,
good online play involving that. And I was like, wow, if they did that, I'd be pretty interested in Animal Crossing because that would be really fun, you know?
that's one thing that Animal Crossing is
Yeah.
definitely sorely lacking. Like the online was good in New Leaf, but you
Hmm.
still couldn't like co-inhabit a town with somebody like all the time.
Yeah.
Like you had to kind of visit their town, or like you could like show off your house to other people. You could visit other people's
Hmm.
towns whenever you wanted, even if they weren't there. But it's not the same as actually being able to be in a town with a bunch of other people. Like that would be really cool. So
Hmm.
if they had that, then that would definitely make me interested.
Yeah.
So I really hope they do, and it would make Nintendo Switch Online worth it. Because as it stands, I'm I'm pretty disappointed by this service. Like I have to say, like I really thought that as cheap as it is, like I really thought that if they were going to start charging for it, they would at least improve it in some way, and they haven't.
No,
It's the
they
same thing.
that was the biggest disappointment for the direct for me was the online service because they're like, all right, we're gonna talk about online service. I was like, great, and basically all they said was, um, first off, the first thing they said, you're gonna be able to play all your favorite Nintendo Switch titles online. Okay, we already have that service and it was for free.
Yeah.
Then then they said, okay, what else?
Was it
Let's go
Cloud
over
Save
here.
second?
Yeah, then they said cloud saves were second, and it's like, okay, we know this. And then they talked about the stupid NES games, and apparently they're going to be releasing a bunch of NES games, and you can play them online with people,
Yeah.
which is cool. So I mean,
Yeah.
like you and I could play Dr. Mario or something, which would be kind of cool. But
Yeah.
and then they announced those NES controllers. Did you see those?
I did. Yeah, and you can like put them on the side of the Switch and charge them, which is
Yep.
pretty cool. I'm
Yeah.
pretty into that, to be honest.
Yeah. It's cool. But other than that, they didn't really say anything different. They said they had other like special things to announce after that, but that was it.
Well, there was five things. There was a fourth thing they talked about,
What
and
else?
that was the smartphone app still being a
Oh
thing.
yeah, yeah,
Which
you're
is
right. I
like,
forgot about this.
why am I paying for this if I could use my smartphone to just talk to people on Discord or Skype? Like
Yeah.
why would I pay for why would I pay you to only be able, and it's like you can only talk online when you're playing the game together, and
Yep.
it literally says please don't use offensive language every time you boot it up according to that video. It looks like
It's
it
like
anyway.
yeah, it's like all right, let's use Discord so we can like curse as much as we want, you know?
Like does that
I
mean Nintendo's going to be banning people from using the app if they start swearing? Like
don't know.
I don't.
And a lot of people, I think this is something that you mentioned before in one of our previous videos, but a lot of people online have been talking about, they really want dedicated servers,
Yeah,
which heard nothing about that, you know.
I don't think that's even part of their vocabulary.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is really disappointing. Like, if you're going to charge for an online service, like, these are things that are kind of expected of you because using peer to peer is super unreliable. Like, if the other person has a bad connection, then the game is just going to run slow for everyone. And if you're paying for that service, like I think a lot of people are going to be pretty disappointed.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's $20 a year, so it's not a lot of money. But at the same time, you are still like we're paying like as it stands. You're essentially paying for the service you got for free on the Wii U and for
Yeah.
like up until now on the Switch. You know, it's kind of
And like Nintendo has been committed since the DS to providing like a quality free online service. And it seems like they're just cashing in on the success of the Switch, and they're just
yeah,
playing follow the leader with PlayStation Network and Xbox Live, and just being like, well, they're doing it, so we can get away with it.
yeah. It sucks.
And yeah,
It,
it's I don't know, it's just between that and seeing all the microtransactions in like Fire Emblem and Animal Crossing on iPhone, like
mhm.
unfortunately, this doesn't really seem like the same. In some ways, it doesn't seem like the same Nintendo I grew up
Yeah,
with.
yeah. It's unfortunate. Like I mean, I guess you could make the argument that like the times kind of make that necessary, but I don't think so. The Nintendo like I don't know. It's certainly disappointing in my opinion. I agree with you. You know.
Yeah, it's really soured me on the Switch, to be honest. Like I
Hmm.
was, and I'm super happy that they're successful, and obviously a lot of the things they're doing with the Switch are amazing,
Hmm.
and it's great to see all the indie games seeing so much success, and it's great to see Nintendo just fostering an environment where a lot of people are able
Hmm.
to make a lot of games and bring them to a lot of people. Like I'm not sad about that, but um, just I don't know. As a longtime fan,
It might bite them in the end though because it's as it stands. It seems unimaginable that people are going to be. I mean, I'm sure there's still going to be a bunch of people who get the online service, but it's going to be tough for me. Especially with you not having a Switch right now.
to justify it.
I mean, it's not like I would play online with, too many people right now. So I mean, I can go without playing um, Smash online. I mean, I'm willing to use up the Wii U servers as long as possible. And play
Yeah,
Splatoon on that,
I'm.
play Mario Kart on that, play Smash Bros on that. Like that's fine.
You honestly just made me really like breathe a sigh of relief because they,
Yeah.
as far as I know, they did not mention anything about shutting down Nintendo Network, right?
No.
Okay,
No.
I'm happy
No.
to hear that. I'm the same way. Like I'm gonna use that service up as long as I can.
Yeah.
Like why wouldn't we just play the original Splatoon? Like if we want
Mhm.
to play Splatoon online together.
In my
Like
opinion, it's a better game anyway.
yeah,
Um, It just is. Maybe it's because I put a lot more time into Splatoon. And don't get me wrong, once the Wii U servers are down, I'm happy I have Splatoon because you can still ink some turf, and I want to be able to do that because I love that game so much. And Splatoon 2 is good, by the way. It is really good.
it looks great.
Um,
They just announced more content for it too.
yeah, they're gonna have another update for
Oh,
all
I guess we
three.
forgot that.
See now, they do cool stuff like this for perspective. All these Splatoon updates, as far as I know, have been free. I feel like there was maybe some DLC that was kind of expensive.
Oh yeah, I'm
Um,
not. I mean, I'm obviously for
yeah,
the most part
but
they're much
yeah,
better about that kind of stuff. Like they're
I
not
think
doing like
there's
loot boxes or anything yet.
yeah, I think there's for perspective, I think they're better than pretty much everybody else with that. But I agree with you that it sucks to see them kind of go down this path. Um,
A little bit. I mean, maybe they're using that to invest in stuff like dedicated servers and better online
Probably.
services. Because like, it takes a while to get this stuff off the ground, and they're hardly experienced in this stuff.
Mhm.
So, and like, but I mean, you see them partnering with companies like Dina or however you pronounce it, DNA.
Mhm.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
they'll be able to bring some kind of like expertise to this and some kind of experience.
yeah,
But
you would hope by now. I mean, they hopefully they'll have some kind of improvement. I mean, it just sucks when you're in the middle of a Splatoon match and you get kicked out or something, or there's some kind
yeah.
of like what is it like connection error or server error you get, and you're playing Mario Kart or something, and
And speaking of Splatoon 2, I don't know if you heard this, but like that's among a surprisingly large number of games that just straight up will not support cloud saves.
yeah, and also that won't. This one baffles me, and this one everybody's saying. and it's not looking good for them because these games aren't getting the hype that I think that they're hoping for. Is they don't have it for Pokemon Let's Go.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't support for Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Like what? You know?
And like, as if you ask me, like, if you're not going to provide the option to back your saves up to an SD card or a USB hard drive,
Hmm.
you shouldn't have to be paying for cloud saves in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you should be locking that behind a paywall. That's people's save data. Like, that's potentially dozens of hours of your life if you're talking about like a Breath of the Wild save or something like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like, are you really going to charge people just to be able to, like, be able to keep that save data? I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I got an email about the online feature like the day before the direct. I don't know if I told you about that. I don't know if I still have
Yeah,
it.
I think I get those emails from Nintendo too. Yeah.
Yeah, important information. On 9/18, your Switch will be receiving a system update version 6.0. Afterwards, it will no longer be possible to unlink your Nintendo account from your Nintendo Switch profile. Prior to this change, you should verify that your Nintendo account or your child's account is linked to the correct user profile.
Great.
So,
This is
yeah.
the future of video games, people.
Yeah. Yeah, I meant to tell you that. I got that yesterday. But yeah, that's
Gotcha.
my biggest gripe with the whole like literally not much. I'm usually pretty like I love you know how much I love Nintendo,
Me too.
but the online service was like one probably the first time I ever sighed out loud at it during a Nintendo Direct. I was like, ugh,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
uh,
I braced for it beforehand. I heard about it beforehand, but
yeah.
yeah, when I watched that trailer, I was like, wow, that was vague, and they basically are trying to resell us things that we already have, but make us pay for them.
Now I will say with the NES games because it sounds like they're going to add several a month and they're going to keep doing that for a while. And I do really like the idea that I could play Dr. Mario online with somebody, or I could play um, insert an
Whatever.
NES title here,
Yeah.
right? But some people are saying, well, they're it seems inevitable that they'll eventually have Super NES games available too. That's kind of cool. You know, if you and I
It's
could play Super Mario Kart online or something, that'd be amazing. You know,
it's cool. I mean,
so
I don't know. I just wish I
but
had it now. That's all. Like, I don't know.
I want it now. I'm totally
Like,
joking.
I
I'm
mean,
totally
to
yeah.
be honest, they could have put a Wi-Fi radio in the SNES
They
Classic
could have.
and let us play that stuff online
Yeah,
when they
they could have.
released that, but they're choosing to hold it back as an exclusive service on the Switch. And they're choosing not to like honor any of those purchases of virtual console games.
Hmm.
Like, as soon as they shut down the eShop on the Wii U and I'm not able to re-download those, if I ever lose those games for any reason, if my Switch craps out or my Wii U craps out on me, like, that's it. That money is just down the toilet. Like, those games aren't mine anymore.
Yeah, it sucks.
And that does suck. Like,
Yeah.
just the thought that one day I'm gonna have to just go over to the Switch and start paying for some Netflix style thing, and all those games that I paid, like, at this point hundreds of dollars for are just
Hmm.
gone.
Can't you save those games on like on some kind of external hard drive from the Wii U though, or from on
Well,
like a SD card? 'Cause it's got an SD card slot, doesn't it?
it does, yeah, but I mean, if the Wii U itself fails, and like,
True.
I don't know, like, it's not the same as having,
Oh, I
like,
see what you're saying. So you're if the Wii U itself fails and you wanted to, you couldn't like just transfer the game to your Switch or something else. You'd have to get another Wii U, I guess.
yeah, exactly.
So
Whereas,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
if I own a game on Steam, like, I could go through like 20 computers. Like, as long as I have my password, I can download it as many times as I
I
want.
for, I forgot you had a bunch of Virtual Console games on your Wii that you transferred over, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I even paid the money to transfer them from the Wii
Wow,
to the Wii U,
wow,
so I could like play
yeah.
them on the gamepad and everything. And like, those games are now stuck on my Wii U forever.
Yeah, I could see why you'd be salty about that. As a Wii U owner, there's a lot that I'm salty about.
It's just like, I don't know. When you set that expectation that people are gonna like,
Yeah,
I don't mind paying $1 or $2 to bring those games forward to the Switch, but just the fact that I don't have that option at all is kind of a slap in the face a little bit.
it could change, but I agree. It kind of sucks that it's just not something from like out the gate that was that was released, or that is an option.
But like, I don't know. If there's anything I've learned, it's that like being a long time loyal customer of something doesn't really guarantee anything. So
No,
like,
no.
I'm not. I shouldn't really be complaining. Like, I got plenty of good times out of those virtual console games, and I mean, if you read the terms of service, like those games are not yours. So like,
No, yeah.
technically, I have nothing to complain about. But
Yeah,
I'm still
true.
gonna do it.
This is why I still have all those old retro games.
Yeah,
Um, there
it's
was
true.
a couple other games we didn't mention that were very quickly the NES controllers. Real quick, do you have any thought on those NES controllers or not really?
I think it's just cool that they're wireless and that they have batteries
Yeah.
built in. Like and that Nintendo themselves is making them. That's pretty
Yep.
cool.
And they charge on the Switch, which is cool, and you can play
Yeah.
those NES games. I think it's cool.
If they do
But
SNES versions of that, like when they release those games on the online service, like I might have to get a Switch at that point.
maybe this. The only thing is they're $60, which is
For
like,
two, yeah.
yeesh,
It's
that's a lot.
yeah. I mean, it's when you have a successful product. I mean, Nintendo
Yeah,
is
I guess so.
always overcharged for stuff like that, but I mean, they can get away with it right now.
Yeah, it's true. There was two games that we didn't talk about. There's other stuff too. There's a whole bunch of stuff really we didn't talk about, but there's two that I really feel we should talk about because they're two first-party games.
Oh, okay.
And one was Super Mario Party, which I'm like on the fence about.
Uh,
Apparently, Dave wants me to get it so we can play it. I'm like, eh.
if
I've been over Mario Party since Mario Party 4.
I'm the same way,
Yeah.
but I also haven't played them in a long time, so if
Yeah.
it's good, I could see myself playing it for sure.
It looks like it's way better than the Wii U game, but I'm not really that interested. But the one that am very much interested in is Yoshi's Crafted World. Did you see the
Oh, yeah.
trailer for that? That
I
looks
no, I
really
didn't.
good.
I can't believe we forgot about that game. Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
that
mean,
that game looks really good.
they've talked about it before, but yeah, we have a title now and we have a release window now, right?
Yeah, 2019, spring
Spring.
2019,
Yeah. Okay.
which is what a
So
lot of people are guessing. So
that looks great. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out the trailer for that to be honest, because I didn't see it, but
you should. It looks better than the first trailer, and it's the first trailer we've gotten since that initial announcement trailer. So it's I think it looks really great. I'm super excited. Rachel's really excited about it. We'll probably play
oh,
it.
it looks
So
great. Yeah, if it has co-op, I mean, that's gonna be
yeah,
great. I'm looking
and
forward
there
to that.
like you can so a lot of people were speculating and they didn't announce it in this that it's going to have labo support, which I think would be kind of
Oh,
cool.
of course, that makes
Like
perfect sense.
it would be cool like if you could like say kind of affect the level with the labo pieces, like if you could like construct pieces of the level or like move pieces of the level. That'd be actually kind of neat, I
I
have
could
to say.
totally see that.
Yeah, like some people are saying that that would be an option, or even like you could like somebody was saying like, oh, you can make an amiibo or something and have it scan on there or something. And like these are all little cool ideas that would be really, and it would fit aesthetically with Yoshi's Crafted World because it's all like paper plates and cardboard and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I could see
I
them
would love
having
that.
like those like they're not elevators, but they're like scales where like one side will like make the other one go up or down. Like
Hmm.
I could see you being like building one of those in Labo and then like adjusting it yourself to like make them move in the level or something,
Oh yeah, that'd be so cool.
or
Yeah,
like having like different points where you can like put the woolly amiibo on to like
yeah,
have
that'd
stuff
be
show up
great.
in the level or something. I could totally see them doing that.
They didn't announce it here, but I could see it still happening, or eventually being some kind of like update they do on the game or something like that. I don't know, but it works out really well, and I love the direction the Yoshi series is going because it's kind of gone from like sort of rehashing the Yoshi's Island formula. I think they realized it didn't work by the time of Yoshi's New Island. Now we get Woolly World, and now which was totally different. Now you have this, which is like totally different too, which is cool.
Yeah, I think Goodfeel taking over the Yoshi series has been fantastic. That's a great company.
It's been awesome. And did you see? Oh, you didn't see the trailer, but like you can like reach the end of the level and then flip the level and then go back the level and then you're able to like yeah, it's really cool. You got to watch the trailer. I'm really excited about that game.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That game does look sweet. Yeah, like you have all these like, you know, sequels and ports and remakes, but then you have the games like that are just like these cool new takes on beloved
Mhm.
series that like really make you still excited for Nintendo games.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good thing to end on. 'Cause
Yeah. Yeah.
that game definitely keeps me hopeful that I'm still gonna see cool new surprises out of Nintendo.
Did you have a? Do you want we don't have to do. I think we probably trash talk Nintendo Online enough as far as complaining. But do you have
Yeah.
like a top five of what your favorite, like what you're most excited for?
Okay, sure. Luigi's Mansion 3 is probably the top.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I guess, Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably that town game.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And after that, I guess, I mean, just playing those Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
Like this, the Crystal Chronicles remake should be cool because I never really got to play that game that much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I guess I might check out Bowser's Inside Story on the
Oh, cool.
3DS.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. I still need to
Yeah.
check out the first remake too, but
I
I like
still don't know
Bowser.
why they skipped Partners in Time. Maybe it's coming. Who knows?
My assumption is that they're trying to make the Mario and Luigi games, like with both the remake of the first game and this one, they've had some sort of side game that has to do with Bowser,
Hmm.
and the third one really has Bowser as a main character and like focuses on him a lot. So I'm guessing that the next Mario and Luigi game is really going to focus on Bowser a lot and have him be like the main character.
That'd be awesome.
I could see them kind of like setting the series up for that.
That'd be
Maybe,
pretty cool.
I don't know, because I feel like it's been getting a little stale. It's been a little repetitive with like Paper
Yeah.
Jam and Partners. What
Yeah.
was it called again? Dream Team and Paper Jam were a little derivative. I don't know.
Maybe the next one. Maybe they'll change it up completely once it once it goes over to the Switch. You know.
Yeah, I mean a Bowser RPG would make me buy a Switch.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah. I will say with this lineup they have and everything else that's going on, and I mean 2019 has the potential for Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion 3, Yoshi, Fire Emblem, a bunch of Final Fantasies,
Possibly the new
the-
Pokemon game,
po- yeah,
the
possibly
core
the
game.
next gen Pokemon game, possibly Metroid Prime 4. I
Yeah,
mean, there's like a whole bunch of things,
maybe that
so
Star
it's
Fox
exciting.
racing game too.
Yep, the game Town is supposed to come out in 2019, so that'll be cool.
And I'm sure we'll see
Um,
tons of new third-party games too.
oh, I don't doubt that. I don't think.
So
Um,
yeah, I mean, I'm nothing but optimistic for the future of this
Same.
system.
As far as the top five for me, I'll just say real quick. For me, it'd be Luigi's Mansion,
Hmm.
Yoshi, um, probably, definitely the Final Fantasies. Absolutely, I'll probably at least get 7 and 9.
Oh yeah,
Even though I own them, but it'd be great to play it on the Switch. And then I'd probably say that town game looks awesome. And I haven't really played Animal Crossing. And it was just a trailer, so I'm not going to say that for me. I'm honestly
Mhm.
going to go with, believe it or not, Starlink.
Yeah.
Even though they really didn't show a whole bunch more. I'm excited for that game. I think I'm honestly going to end up picking that up. So I absolutely love the stuff Nintendo and Ubisoft are doing
Yeah.
lately. It's kind of cool. So
Wonder
I
what
think I'm gonna have to pick up Mario and Rabbids finally as well at some point.
that game does look good, and yeah, I kind of wonder what they're gonna do next together.
Zelda?
I don't even
That'd be
know.
cool.
That would be weird. I mean, oh, that could be interesting. Like Michael Ansel doing like a Wind Waker style Zelda. That could be good.
Yeah.
Or, sorry,
Who
not
knows?
Michael Ansel, Michel Ansel.
Yeah.
um, yeah. I'm also. I want to throw in honorable mention to the Luigi's Mansion remake because I haven't revisited that game in a long time, so I might actually check that out too.
Yeah. Why not?
And because I always loved that game. I mean, it's my first GameCube game. That and Rogue Leader. So I have some pretty nostalgic memories for both of those games.
Same here. When I got the GameCube, I got it the summer after it came out, and I got those two games in Melee with it, and it was awesome. Those that was a great little trio of games for the GameCube. So
Yeah, that's what I got too. I got Melee like within a couple of weeks because I got them for Christmas, like right after the GameCube came out,
mhm.
and it was just a great trio of launch games
I also think in terms of the GameCube, I'm probably gonna get Crystal Chronicles as well because that was a game I always meant to get on on
on
the GameCube and
Yeah.
never did. So
Yeah, and like people will finally be able to play the co-op without having to like gather a bunch of Game Boy Advances and
yeah,
cables and stuff.
yeah.
So that's good.
There was a couple things I was really hoping they were. There's a couple disappointments in terms of what wasn't showed, but that's okay because they did show a lot of stuff. I was really hoping for at least some kind of like an image of Metroid Prime 4.
I was too. Yeah.
Or some kind of Metroid thing. The other thing I was hoping that a lot of people have been speculating might happen is the Metroid Prime trilogy on the Switch.
Oh,
That
it's
would be
gotta
awesome.
happen. It's gotta
Yeah,
happen.
especially since like the original Metroid Prime trilogy, I didn't like how like it was all playing with the Wiimote. It'd be awesome just to be able to play it with the
It
Joy
would be
Cons.
cool, yeah. It'd be
Uh,
hard to do Metroid Prime 3, but it'd be possible. I mean, yeah,
yeah,
Metroid Prime 3 might have to use the Joy-Con motion without severely overhauling the game.
yeah,
But
my
yeah, it could work.
and then somebody was also talking about it would be nice to have a Castlevania collection. I'd love that. I hope the Spyro the Dragon trilogy comes because I actually would probably pick that up because I've never played the Spyro games.
Didn't they announce some kind of beat 'em up collection?
There
That
is, yeah. It's called I got it right here. Hold on. Capcom Beat 'em Up Bundle.
it's literally called beat 'em up bundle. Okay, that's
Yep.
cool. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So that looked kind of cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
and of course I wish they'd showed more Smash, but I'm sure we'll get like a whole bunch of Smash information soon. So
Yeah.
I can live with that.
Yeah, I would say that I was hoping for Mario Maker and I was hoping for Metroid Prime 4, so those were disappointing that they didn't show up,
Yeah.
but yeah, whatever. It was still pretty good.
Yeah, I'd give it a B minus.
Yeah, I think I'm probably right there with you actually.
Yeah. I think if I think had it not been for the Nintendo Online thing, I probably would have given it probably about an A
Yeah.
minus maybe, you know.
Yeah, because I mean, there's lots to be excited about right through spring now. So
Yeah, there's tons of stuff to be excited about, and there's a lot of games that there's a lot of games out now that are great. So I think really by this time next year they're going to be sitting very pretty on games, and it's worth it to
yeah,
get a Switch. You know, I
and you
mean,
factor in all the indies that they announced
oh
like
yeah,
less than 2 weeks ago.
oh yeah.
Like, what a crazy trio of directs this has been. Like,
Oh, it's been insane. The Smash Direct, and then the Indie Direct, and then this. Like, I think they
yeah.
took that criticism of E3 to heart because
Or
they're
honestly, I
punching
think
stuff out.
they did that on purpose. Like, I think they
Maybe.
stepped aside for E3, just told people what they wanted to tell people,
Hmm.
and then like waited until they could have the spotlight. Like, I think Nintendo chooses when these directs come out very meticulously. I think
Probably,
they
yeah.
wait until there's no other gaming news happening, and
Smart idea.
then they drop this stuff because then they control the message, right?
Yeah, you've got a very good point. What else is going on in gaming right now that's taking your attention away from this? Nothing, you
You
know.
know, just people are playing Spider-Man, but that's about it.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Spider-Man. Yeah, I've heard that's really good.
Yeah, I
Uh,
rented it actually. I was the first one to rent it as soon as they got it at the place in my town.
nice.
And
Cool.
yeah, I'm having a good time with it. It looks amazing.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess we're a little past the limit we set for ourselves here.
That's okay. I'm at 3% battery on my
Oh,
laptop, so we might
all
want to
right.
wrap it up anyway.
Yeah, we're at almost an hour here, so I think we'll wrap it
Yeah.
up. But
Alrighty.
if you've made it, thank you for watching. I'll be doing a anniversary stream tomorrow night because it's my 1 year anniversary of covering games on this channel. So thank you, thank you,
Congratulations, James. Happy 1 year, man. It's awesome.
thank you.
And actually, technically, it's today as of the recording of this.
That's true. Yeah,
So,
it's the 1 year
yay!
anniversary of the Countdown to Samus Returns live stream.
Yes. Oh yeah, I remember that. That was great.
Yeah.
I gotta finish Samus Returns. I've been playing. I've been on and off still playing that, although not a ton. And I actually just started Majora's Mask 3D. I was playing that today.
Cool.
So
Yeah, I picked
yeah,
up the demos for the new WarioWare and Rhythm Heaven, so I think I'm gonna be playing my
yeah.
3DS a lot again soon too.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, I forgot that you got WarioWare. Hey,
Well, I
there's a
didn't
lot of
buy it,
rumors.
but
There's a lot of rumors going around that Karate Joe or whatever is
oh
gonna
yeah,
be. Yeah,
that'd be great. A WarioWare or a Rhythm Heaven character
yeah,
would make my day in Smash for sure.
yeah. I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah.
All right.
Um.
Well,
Okay.
want to call it?
Sure,
All right.
James. Thanks for having me again. It was a great discussion as always.
No problem. And yeah, be sure to check out Rob's channel. He's got tons of cool content, lots of Smash content.
I got more Smash content coming too, so be sure to check it out.
All right. See you later, guys.
Bye, guys.